Rakta Yahweh, Rakta Yahushua, Rakta Yahweh, Rakta Yahushua, Hashem, Quadash Rakah, double honor to the apostles, the elders, and salutations to you sincere brothers teaching in truth and in sincerity.
Today the lesson gonna be on basically Jerusalem. Jerusalem, going back to the scripture in Zechariah 12, which you're gonna get it later. But Jerusalem is basically a burdensome stone to all nations, man. You know, it started with the people first, but also the land, man. You know, because ever since the Lord established us and made us a nation, man, you know, when we basically kicked the Canaanites out the land, He led us to the land of Israel, and Jerusalem was the capital. It's basically, it have been, but we've been a burdensome stone to all the nations, man, the people in the land, man. Because all the nations basically, they basically like was mad, you know, going back to Joel 3, because the Lord didn't choose them and chose us, man. You know, go and get that in Luke out.
Okay. It's Luke 21:24, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Right, man. Which we just gonna fast forward into basically, which it started, which the Roman and Jewish war started in 66 AD, which they found took down Jerusalem in 7 AD, man, you know, which it was your so-called white people. But basically, the reason why I'm bringing this up, because this is like the main focal point in the news today, man. Once Trump made that statement, probably like a month ago, but it basically goes back to the Balfour Declaration, which is the 100-year anniversary, man. So it wasn't basically no coincidence that Trump made that statement, man. It was by design, man. It was like the 100-year anniversary for the Balfour Declaration, which was the declaration of when you had the he was like the fourth secretary of British for the UN, which he basically wrote a letter to the Lord Rothschild, man, and it was called the Balfour Declaration, man, which the letter was going into how basically the so-called Jews needed their own land, man, in which they chose Israel for it to be. But I'm going to a little history after the scripture the brother just read, leading up into now, man. This the name of its historical background. It's from www.ijs.org, which the title is Historical Background 70 CE, which you can put 70 AD right there through 1917. But it says destruction of the temple and the Jewish dispersion. Jews have lived in the land of Israel for nearly 4,000 years, going back to the period of the biblical patriarchs. So the story of the Jewish life in ancient Israel is recorded in detail in the Hebrew Bible. The dispersion of the Jewish people is traditionally dated from the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem in 70 AD, an event considered by the Romans to be a victory of such significance that they commemorated it by erecting the triumphant arch of Titus, which still dominates the Roman Forum. Just to add, don't they got an arch of Titus in like St. Louis somewhere in the U.S.? Yeah. Which proved these were the same people, man. You know, no matter what names they were going under, the Romans, the Greeks, they descended from Esau, man. They're the wicked descendants of Esau, which they are known as the Edomites in the Bible. It said a Roman historian, Cassius Dio, records that in a subsequent revolt in 135 CE, or AD, some 580,000 Jewish soldiers were killed and fought in their revolt, which I'm just going to skip down on the article. Get the scripture right there.
Exactly.
Come, start at the top. Come.
Zechariah 2, verse 1. I lifted up my eyes again and looked, behold, a man with a measured line in his hand. It said, whither goest thou? And he said to me, to measure Jerusalem.
Zechariah 12 and 1.
Okay, correction for y'all.
Come on.
It's just real quick. Hey, the bro was going into like history. I just don't remember the name, but Masada, bro, was the last stronghold of Jerusalem, and that was like 73 AD.
Come on.
Just real quick.
Come on.
This Zechariah 12 and 1. The burden of the word of the Most High of Israel, said the Most High, which stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundation of the earth, and formed the spirit of man within him. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all people around about.
Come on. And that's what's going on right now, man. You know, but it started ever since we was a nation, man. But it never stopped, man. But we getting to the end now, man. Which the Lord finna deliver his people and take us back into that land, man. You know. Go ahead, bro.
And that shall be in the siege both against Judah and against Jerusalem.
Read that verse again.
All right. This is Zechariah 12 and 2. Behold,
You saw that too.
This is Zechariah 12 and 2. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all the people round about, and that when they shall be in the siege both against Judah and against Jerusalem.
Right, I said when they both should be in the siege, both against Judah and Jerusalem, man. You know, because just like that, man, you got those Arabs. You know, you got all 128 nations. When Trump made that statement that Jerusalem basically is going to be the capital of Israel, man. You know, all those nations ready. They set, man. They ready to go to war with it, man. You had different leaders saying since Trump made that statement, man, he threatening world peace, man. Which is all goes back to the scriptures, man. But like I said, when the siege is against Jerusalem, it is against Judah too, man, because they one and the same, man. You know. Nah, stop right there. I'm gonna go a little more to this. Somebody has something. I'm gonna go a little more to this article, man, because you know after during the time of 70 AD, when they took us down, which like the brother say, 73 AD was our last stronghold, which was known as Masada, man, where the Romans basically they blocked us in on every side where nothing can go in and go out, man, and they starved us out, man. But Yahushua had already told the people, man, you know, when you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, flee to the countries, man, because it was the day of their destruction, man. You know, but a lot of the people ain't listen. They thought they was gonna be able to fight the Romans out, man. So with that, they basically, and this is basically was just the Southern Kingdom at the time, man. You know, so-called Negroes, you so-called Haitians, you so-called West Indians, man. You so-called West Indians, man. You know, because the other tribes at that time they had already migrated to this side of the world, man. You know, going back to getting back to it, like the brother said, 73 AD. You know, they finally took us down, man. And then the Roman Empire flourished for like another 120 years, man. Then coming like close to 192, 193 AD, they had Septimius Severus. And he was like a Roman, he was top ranking in the Roman army, man. But you know, he actually started if brothers haven't watched that movie Gladiator, that was going into it, man. The man actually who Russell Crowe was playing was representing Septimius Severus, man. But he actually started to take the Roman Empire down, man. Then we finally took him down. And like what's the day? Like mid 320s, 350s AD? 325 AD, man. You know. But during that whole time, it was a constant battle over that land, man. You know, it was a constant battle. We was steady, which I'm gonna get it. I'm just gonna read. Just gonna go some more into this article, man. Cause this going up into 622 AD. It say the birth of Islam, which I'm just gonna say the Hijrah, the migration of the Prophet Muhammad from Mecca. And you know, you can intervene. It said the migration of the Prophet Muhammad from Mecca to Medina marked the establishment of the Islamic religion in Arabia. It said at the height of its power during the next 100 years, Islamic rule extended from India to southern France, say how a sophisticated Arabic culture was developed, renowned for its science and philosophy and its literature, art, and architecture. Skip down, said the 638, the Arab conquest of Palestine. In 638, the Islamic Caliphate Omar I completed the Arab conquest of Palestine with the capture of Jerusalem from the Byzantine Emperor Hieronymus.
If I can just add and see that Islam religion was a false religion created by our forefathers, man, because basically they was using their religion as a attack so they wouldn't have to fight and war. But what happened was that basically these Ishmaelites, they really believed in that shit, man, because he was actually set up, I want to say about Morocco, he had I think it was his cousin named Khadijah, you know, and so basically he was set up to you know, really mislead his people, but it backfired on our people, man, and they took over the land anyway. Just a synopsis of it.
You want to say something?
Yeah, because like I said, Khadijah was an Israelite. You know, she was older than Muhammad. She was like 40, and Muhammad like 25 when they got married. And you know, she was close to the church father. And like the brother said, they were trying to, you know, get their land back. You know, because they knew, you know, that their land, you know, it was special. You know, the Lord always, you know, took care, all right, of Israel as long as they did right on their land, man. Their land was also heavy in trade, man. You know, you control that land, you control the trade over there in that Middle East. You know, so those church fathers were trying to get their land back, and they came up with that Muslim, you know, the Islam. You know, that's why the Islam is so similar, you know, to the scriptures, man. You know, the way the different laws they got is similar. You know, it comes from Muhammad actually watching the Jews because he was a camel driver. You know, so he used to converse with the Jews. You know, he used to go chill out with them. You know, watch their ways. And you know, Jake, they gonna tell stories of the history. You know, so when you read the Quran, you know, you just read, you know, the scriptures. You know, similar to the scriptures, like from Ishmael's point of view, man. You know, and then he showed them Ishmael in the scriptures, and that's really what got them Ishmaelites amped up. You know, in the Quran, when he showed them the part about Ishmael in the scripture, that he was the son of Abraham, or that he was going to be blessed with those 12 princes, man, and be a great nation.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
All right, Omar built the dome of the rock on the site of the temple, and henceforth Jerusalem was proclaimed the third most holy site of Islam.
Right, man. So like the brother, like the Akim was saying, man, you know, we tried to, our forefathers tried to use it as a tactic to take the lands back, but it didn't work. It backfired on them, man, because at one time for us to get the land back, man, you know, everything, all the process had to take place, man, you know. So, like I said, then you had after Muhammad made his journey to Mecca, you know, how many years was it? Was it from 622 to 638? Well, say 638. He had one of the caliphates of Omar I. He basically built the Dome of the Rock where the temple site at, man, in Jerusalem, and where Solomon actually built the temple, man. You know, which that's you know, that's basically a no-no in itself. You know what I'm saying? He actually built it, and that's where you get that Dome of the Rock today, man. When you look in Jerusalem, you got that dome, the big brass-looking dome. That's actually where the temple site was, man. They actually done this in 638 AD. At the time, our people was controlling Europe, man, but there was still wars over that land, which this gonna prove it. Go ahead, bro.
All right, from 638 to 1099, Palestine was part of the empire successively ruled by the Arab dynasties centered in Damascus and Baghdad.
Right, man. So they controlled Jerusalem. Go ahead.
The result was an entrenchment of the Arabic language and culture and the dominance of Islam.
Right, man. So all the nations were steady fighting over their land. Go ahead.
Although a significant proportion of the population remained Christian, like most of the peoples of the Middle East and North Africa, the people of Palestine thus came to describe themselves as Arabs.
Go ahead.
And all Arabs means is mixed people. All right. In 1099, the Crusaders established the Latin Kingdom of Jerusalem.
And this goes back to that movie on The Kingdom of Heaven, man. Brothers haven't watched that, but I know most brothers have. That's what the Crusaders was all about, man. It was our people ruling Europe at the time, and we was actually trying to take Jerusalem back from the Arabs, man. You know? And we actually didn't say they established like the Latin Kingdom.
Yeah, they established the Latin Kingdom of Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
All right, in 1187, Saladin, the Kurdish, Saladin, the Kurdish ruler of Egypt, defeats the Crusaders.
And that was actually show you that in the movie The Kingdom of Heaven, man. You know, because our nation wanted a piece of this our heritage, man. You know what I'm saying? Wanted a piece of this pie, man. Because there was a fertile land, man. You know. But what was also happening at the time, man, at the time we was trying to take Jerusalem back, man, you know, because you actually had the so-called Jews today, which they was the Khazarian Empire, man. But to go back, like we actually took the Roman Empire down, we actually pushed them into the Caucasus Mountains, man. But they started to come out in like around the 700s AD. You know, if you came anywhere through that area, they'll like sacrifice your children, you know what I'm saying? Just wicked as hell. They were practicing all that Babylonian magic, man. But during the time of the Crusaders, you know, they had got a little power, but they went into full power. So you had those Arabs who was actually trying to keep the land of Israel, you know what I'm saying? Then you had our people who was in Europe was fighting to take it back. We was actually using those so-called Khazars as allies, you know what I'm saying? Our people had them helping us fight to take Jerusalem back, and the Arabs at the same time, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
All right, 1516, Solomon the Magnificent of Turkey takes Jerusalem.
Right, man. But in between this, you had the Ottoman Turks, man, which these was those so-called, because see, during the period I was just talking about too, you had one of those Russian czars who had actually forced those Khazars, told them, look, they was gonna have to take on one of the three Abrahamic faiths. You're gonna have to be Islam, Christian, or Muslim, man. So some of those Khazars, they just faked it. Some of them claim to be Jews, then some of them claim to be Islam, man. You know, but in between this time now, 1516, you had under the Ottoman Turks, which these was most of you so-called Jews, man. Y'all actually went and took Constantinople down, man, which brought y'all up in the power in Europe, man. You know, 1452, 1453, man. But all this is a timeline where everybody's still fighting to take over Jerusalem, man. Like this say 1516, you had the Solomon Magnificent of Turkey to take Jerusalem back, man. You know? So during this time, whether you had the so-called Jews, you know what I'm saying, they basically had started controlling most of Europe, you know what I'm saying, had a little power in Turkey, man, because they was allied with those Arabs, man. That's why you still see today, you got the so-called Jews, they control Israel, but you still got them Palestinians and shit in there, you know what I'm saying? This still was a little pact they had, man, you know? But fast forward into, that's 1516, they was actually over here at this, you know, you actually had those fake Jews, which they had started financing different guys like Christopher Columbus and other men, you know what I'm saying, Hernandez Cortez, you had De Soto, they had started financing them to come to this side of the world and actually take the northern kingdom down, man. Well, fast forward into like the 1600s, man. They actually started to take us as slaves to this side of the world, which leading up to Joel 3. You got it out, start at the top.
This is Joel chapter 3. For behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
See, the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, man. Because it ain't only the people in the captivity, they got our land in captivity, man. You know, those so-called Jews, those so-called Arabs, they actually got the land too, man. You know, go ahead.
And I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Come.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
Come.
Whom they
among the nations and parted his land, man. That word parted goes in to divided his land, man. And that's what you see today, man. They have divided land amongst each other, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
And they have casted lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink.
Right, man. So, because none of them never considered all this was gonna come back on them, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Yea, and what have ye do? Yea, what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
You got that Ezekiel?
Which one?
Get Ezekiel 36, verse 2, and then verse 5. I want to link up with that scripture where it say they are part of his land.
And this is Ezekiel 36 and 2. Thus saith the Lord power, because the enemy have said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession.
Right, and that's what the enemy say, man. Start with the so-called white man, but those so-called Palestinians, Arabs, they are enemies too, man. Like it said, they say, aha, the ancient places are in their possession. They got the dome of the rock built on the temple. You know what I'm saying? You got those so-called Khazars. All that ancient sites, they basically controlling it, man. You know, go to verse 5.
Right. Back in the scripture, verse 5, it states, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea.
So this is a prophecy, man. The Lord spoke against the residue of the heathen, man, and all Idumea, man, because you got so-called Africans in the land claiming to be the people. You got so-called Chinese, so-called Japanese, you know what I'm saying, claiming to be the Israelites, man, right now, man. Go ahead.
All right, back in the scripture.
You had some, right?
No, yeah, I was looking for something.
Okay.
Which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart.
See, they appointed the land into their possessions with the joy of all their heart, man. You know, it said the residue of the heathen and all Idumea, man. Go ahead.
With the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey.
Come on, man. To cast it out for a prey. You had some, bro? Come on. Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 15. It said, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying.
And that's what all the nations do now, man. You know, this what they saying, like, when we over, like, right now, man. Go ahead.
Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty?
Which this talking about the people right now, man. This how all nations look at us, man. You know, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Just because the state we in, you know, we at the bottom right now, basically. Go ahead.
And it says, all thy enemies have opened their mouth. So like it says, the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth. All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen.
Right, man. Certainly this is the day they have looked for, they have found, they have seen, man. Because ever since the Lord put that stamp on us and put us in that land, man, we was always war with those other nations, man. We had 40 years of peace under Solomon, man. But before and after that, man, we was always war with those other nations, man. You know, you had something wrong.
Yeah, Zechariah 8 and 9 and 6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines.
It say a bastard should dwell in Ashdod, man. Who is that bastard, man? You so-called Jews, man. Ashdod is it's basically a place in the land of Israel, man. You know, then it says should cut off the pride of the Philistines, which that's talking about you so-called Africans, man. You know,
Bro, I got something for
over
you.
there, bro.
And this is Aish.com, and it states how the old city, Jerusalem, is divided into 4 quarters: the Jewish, Muslim, Christians, and Armenians.
Come on, man. You know, it's divided into 4 quarters, man. Which going back into the scripture the brother read, and read that again. I think it's verse what is it, verse 3? Verse 2.
Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather all nations and bring them
trying to create their own kingdom of heaven on earth, man. But in order for them to do that, they know they got to control all the resources, man. So one of their main things is that pipeline coming from Qatar through Syria into Turkey, man, into Europe, which they couldn't get that done, man, because the Lord not gonna allow them to do it, man. Go ahead, bro.
And we'll plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
So the Lord finna plead with them there for his people and his heritage Israel, man. That's why the name of this lesson is Jerusalem is a burdensome stone for all nations, man. The land and the people, man. Go ahead.
Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Going back into the article the brother just read, man. They have divided Jerusalem up into four parts, man. Which that land belonged to. First it belonged to Yahweh man. But he gave it to us, man. And he gonna give it back to us. Go ahead, bro.
And they have cast the lots for my people and given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
Right, man. Which this going into the slave trade, man. Because we never even though like during that Byzantine Empire when they kind of took Jerusalem back for a minute, man. That we never was established there as a whole people, man. Because even during the 70, like the last stronghold of Masada, man, our people fled, man. Going back to that scripture brother read in Luke 21, we was led captive away into our nations, man. But we actually fled into the four corners of the earth, man. Which you can say something?
Man, I got a real quick one. Real quick is gonna link up in the spirit. Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Now, if you go into the Hebrew for that term heritage, and it's Strong's H5159, pronounced as Nakala, and it means possession, property, portion, share, going into the land, bro.
Go ahead, bro. Somebody had a precept? Yeah, no, bro.
I'll read.
Go ahead. Keep reading.
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Right, yea, what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, man? Which these were cities that the so-called Africans controlled at the time, man. Go ahead.
In all the coast of Palestine.
Right. It said Philistine or Palestine.
Palestine.
Right. I know somebody would say Palestine. So Philistine. Right. But that's how.
4, 3 and 4.
But the ancient name was Philistine, man. They changed the name to Palestine, man.
It's Palestine.
It's Palestine. Which it could be Philistine up, which all the coast of Palestine, which you see the coast of Palestine right now, man. Who on that coast? The Palestinians, man.
Because the brother's right, because those Hamites used to control their land, but until those Arabs, Yahweh Shemashah, moved them out and placed those Ishmaelites in there, man.
Go ahead, bro.
Will ye render me a recompense?
See, the Lord's like, will you render me a recompense? Because see, they started hating, man. When the Lord chose us, gave us those laws, statutes, and commandments, them nations were hating, man. And they still hating to this day. Going back to the scripture the brother read, man. They hiss at us, nasty teeth, like this is the day we look for. Go ahead, bro.
And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, I will return your recompense upon your own head.
And these the times we coming into. I want you to read down to verse 7. You get the root for what you got. Root 4. You got some?
Yeah.
Got precept. Bring it out, bro.
It's Zechariah 12:9. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace.
Right, man. Which the Lord said he gonna close the breaches of the house of David, man. So this what you seeing raised up right now, man, on the four corners of the came up against us, man. You know, because like this scripture earlier in Zechariah told them, siege against Judah is against Jerusalem too, man. You know, because you got them Arabs, they going crazy talking about like that's their land, man. You know, they ready to sacrifice their life for that land.
They ready to die about this shit, man. That's why you got 4 countries over there. That's why they call it Islamic Republic. You got Iran, Pakistan, and Afghanistan, and another country in North Africa. But they actually govern their country by the Quran, man. You know, and then the Islam, that's the second largest religion. You got Christianity at 2.2 billion, and Islam 1.6 billion, man. You know.
And Trump really didn't go over when he was trying to make Jerusalem the capital.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't go on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Jerusalem is the capital, man. And we coming back home, man. Go ahead, Chicago.
It says, and I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplications, and they shall look upon me whom they have pierced.
Right, man. So we're gonna look upon the Lord whom they say we are pierced, man. You know, go ahead.
And they shall mourn for him as one mourned for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him as one is bitterness for his firstborn.
Right, man, because the apostle said it was probably a year or two ago when it was like, Yahushua actually gonna let us see that body.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna actually let us see that body. And we gonna mourn, man. We gonna actually see it and feel the Lord's pain, man. You know?
You said Baruch.
Now I want to finish this. You had something, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna read down. Y'all go ahead.
Go ahead,
5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried it into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
Right, man. And if you look at a picture of that Ark of Titus, it'll show you how they was carrying the different pleasant things of the temple out of there, man. You know, it'll show you how they was taking it, man. Even during the Babylonian time, you so-called Africans, man, because you were the first ones to come and invade Jerusalem, man. You know, I ain't go back that far, but the Babylonians, so-called Africans, so-called Ethiopians, you know, on the Nebuchadnezzar, man, y'all was coming taking all the different treasures out of Jerusalem, man. You know.
Hey, bro, what was that coin they had? That Roman coin? Judah had been conquered. You had the Edomite soldier, the Roman soldier standing over. I think she was a Judite woman. You know what I'm saying? Chicago, you know what I'm talking about?
Denarius, something like that.
I don't know. I'll look it up though.
Come on. Go ahead, bro. Well, go ahead.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
Right, man. The children of Judah and Jerusalem. There you go again, mixing Judah and Jerusalem together, man. You know, have you sold unto the Grecians? Because the reason why Grecians right there, because they had the Greek Empire was the so-called white man first empire, man. Going back into the book of Daniel, man, the Greeks were the one that actually took the Medo-Persian Empire down, man. You know, under Alexander the Greek. So that's why the word Grecians right there. Go ahead. Which even in the Maccabees, y'all was known as the Greeks, but then they called y'all Idumea too, man. They actually identified y'all, man. Go ahead, bro.
That ye might remove them far from their border.
That you might remove them far from their border, man. So that's how the majority of the Southern Kingdom got over here to the Americas, man. You know, it told you who done it, man. You so-called Africans and you so-called Arabs, man. But who financed everything? The so-called Jews, man. Who we being sold to? You so-called Jews, man. You know.
That's right. Hey, bro, it's actually called the Judea Capta coins, were a series of commemorative coins originally issued by Roman Emperor Vespasian to celebrate the capture of Judea and the destruction of the Jewish temple in Jerusalem by son Titus in 70 during the first Jewish revolt.
Come. Because everything you can say something.
If I can just
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's the actual coin right there. Screen.
Right, man, and going back to the you have taken my good and pleasure things, man. you actually got the Vatican City, man. You know, they actually got a room called the Treasure Room, man. Where they got a lot of different artifacts and stuff too, man. They took out of the temple, man. They actually showed a little glimpse of it on the History Channel. They pulled it out, man. You know, they ain't show everything. They actually got a room called the Treasure Room, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
So I'm for the guard.
You say this said, behold, I will raise them out of the place whether ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
Right, man. So that's what we going into now, man. The Lord finna raise us out of the place where they sold us, and He finna return their recompense upon their own head, man. You know, go ahead, bro. It was a lot.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Ezra, chapter 4, verse 1, going into when the brother was talking about how other nations was hating on us, man. It said, now when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity builded the temple unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, power of Israel, then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your power as ye do, and we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Ashur.
Right, man. All nations always wanted a piece of this blessing, man. You know what I'm saying? Even going back to Yahweh Shai time, he said, the kingdom of heaven, the violent take it by force. You know, the kingdom, it said until the day of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffer violence, and the violent take it by force, man. Everybody always want to try to take a piece of this, man. You know, all nations, man. Going back into the first Maccabee, I think it's the 2nd chapter, when it say, somebody get there real quick. I think it's first Maccabee, get it, Tasman. I think it's first Maccabees 2 and 4. We say all nations have taken part. First Maccabees 2 and 10. Start at verse 8.
This first Maccabees 2 and 8. Her temple is become as a man without a glory. Her glorious vessel are carried away into captivity.
Which this going into when the Greeks done this, man. But the Babylonians had done this first, man. You know, so Jerusalem has always been a burdensome stone for all the nations, man. You know, which now it's time for all the nations to pay, man. Go ahead, bro.
Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young man with the sword of the enemy.
And this was done by you so-called white people, man. You know, you so known as so-called white man today, man, which your true identity is the Edomites, man. Go ahead, bro.
10. What nation had not had part in her kingdom and God of all of her spoils?
Go ahead.
All her ornaments and taken away of a free woman, she become a bond slave. And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty, and our glory is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned it.
And the Gentiles have profaned it, man. And it's been like that, man. You know, going back into the scripture the brother started off with, man, Luke 21, man. We should be carried away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem should be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled, man. And their time is almost fulfilled, man. Go ahead.
Hey, can I say this too? And you know, if them people, the Most High people, they wouldn't have the biggest gay parade in the fucking world, man. And you know, Most High ain't dealing with no faggots, no lesbians, and he ain't dealing with none of that, man. So for y'all to do that show fucking disrespect to me, to every brother. That disrespectful. You claim to be God people, but you're not. You treat the Lord's land like it's a piece of shit. But at the end of this, you gonna get what you deserve, man. You fucking crackers, you damn Arab, you towel head, don't give a fuck about you, but you gonna get what you deserve, man.
Verse 3. But Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, ye have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our power,
Con, man, you know, and that's what we doing right now, man. We building that spiritual temple, man. And you other nations have nothing to do with us, man. You know what I'm saying? We're building this spiritual temple, man, which is you gonna have something to do with the next building of this physical kingdom, man. You gonna get your turn to build a kingdom, man. You want it so bad, we're gonna build it with a whip on your back and chains around you, man. You know. Go ahead, bro.
It said, but we ourselves together will build unto the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, power of Israel, as King Cyrus, the king of Persia, have commanded us.
Right, but we ourselves right now, we gonna build this spiritual temple, man, which this going to the physical temple when Cyrus actually gave us a decree to go back and let us build our temple, man. You know, go ahead.
Said, then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah and troubled them in building.
Which that's what they trying to do now, man. You know, see everything coming right back around, man. Which we trying to build that spiritual temple now, and you got these other different people trying to weaken our hands, even 2/3 of our people, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
And hire counsels against them, you know, going to those agents of today, to frustrate their purpose all the days of Cyrus, king of Persia, even unto the reign of Darius, king of Persia.
And we see that right now, man, trying to frustrate the purpose. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And in the reign of Assyrius, in the beginning of his reign, wrote they unto him an accusation against the inhabitants of Judah and Jerusalem. So they got so mad, you know, that they wrote a letter to the king of the Persians, man. And said, and in the days of Artaxerxes, wrote Bishlam, Mithra, Tabeel, and the rest of their companions unto Artaxerxes, kings of Persia, and the writing of the letter was written in Syrian tongue and interpreted in the Syrian tongue. Rehum, the counselor of Shimshai, the scribe, wrote a letter against Jerusalem to Artaxerxes, the king, in this sort. Then wrote Rehum, the counselor, and Shimshai, the scribe, and the rest of the companions, the Denonites, the Aphersites, the Temperlites, the Aphersites, the Archites, the Babylonians, the Susanites, the Davanites, and the Edomites. You know, so all these, so all these heathens, and like the brother getting into, like how Jerusalem is that burdensome stone, the people and the city, you know, they was in council together, all right, to conspire to stop the building of the temple, man. In verse 10, and saying the rest of the nation, whom the great and noble Ashma brought over and set in the cities of Samaria, and the rest that are on this side of the river, and at such time, this is the copy of the letter that they sent unto Artaxerxes, the king, thy servants, the men on the side the river at such a time. So this going to the actual letter that they wrote, man. It said, be it known unto the king that the Jews which came up from thee to us are come up unto Jerusalem, building the rebellious and bad city, and have set up the walls thereof and joined the foundation. Be it known now unto the king that if this city be builded and the wall set up again, that they will not pay toll.
And if I can say this is what's going on right now, man. That spiritual temple being built, man. And this is going to come to pass, man. This finna lead to our deliverance. We not finna pay, you know, cause we paying taxes to Esau right now, man. He in the seat of Cyrus right now, really, man. You know, you had a quick one, bro? Go ahead.
And then, like they say, gonna stop paying tolls, taxes, and custom. And that custom also, our people gonna stop celebrating these holidays, stop paying tithes in these wicked churches, man. The elect, you know, that's gonna hit the economy, man. When people come to realize that they Israel, man. Stop eating at these fast foods and different things, man. Start eating different. You know, when our people come to realize who they are, you gonna be uptelling the economy, man, because you got people crying about how people leaving the church, man. You know, and it said, and so shall it damage the revenue of the kings. Now, because we have maintenance from the king's palace, it was not meet for us to see the king dishonored. Therefore, we have sent and certified the king that search may be in the book of the records of thy fathers, so shalt thou find in the book of the records, and know that the city is a rebellious city and hurtful unto kings and provinces, and that they have moved sedition within the same of old time, for which cause was this city destroyed. We certify the king that if this city be built again, and the walls thereof set up by this means, thou shalt have no portion on this side the river.
And all these nations fear that now, man. But all this gonna come to pass, man. They ain't gonna have no portion, man. We is gonna rise up, man, through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem and Yahweh Shai, man. No, go ahead.
And then let's skip to the point. It says, there have been mighty kings also over Jerusalem, which have ruled over all countries beyond the river, and told tribute and custom was paid unto them.
Come, King David and King Solomon, man. But guess what? They just going back to the scripture the brother read, man. He raising up the house of the David again, man. He gonna have grace and supplication on us, man. You know, go ahead. That's it, bro.
Yeah, that was it.
This is real quick, bro. This is Galatians 4:22. For it is written that Abraham had two sons, the one by a bondmaid, the other by a free woman.
Come.
But he who was of the bondwoman was born after the flesh, but he
and that's you so-called Arabs, man.
Right,
you was born after the flesh, man.
Right.
You know, you living your blessing right now, man. You know, y'all living all the other nations, you living your blessings right now, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
Hey, but he of the free woman was by promise, which things are an allegory. For these are the two covenants, the one from the Mount Sinai.
It said these are two covenants, man. You know, the one from Mount Sinai, go ahead.
Which generate to bondage, which is Hagar.
Which generate to bondage, which is Hagar, which going back into Hagar, Sarah's handmaid, man. Who Abraham used as a concubine, man, you know, to have a son unto Sarah, man. Which this is progenitor of you so-called Arab nations, man. You know, this the father of y'all, man, on Ishmael, man. But like it says, it's two covenants, man. Go ahead.
And it's the point. For this Hagar is Mount Sinai in Arabia.
In Arabia, man.
Right.
You know, go ahead.
And answer it to Jerusalem, which now is and is in bondage with her children.
Right, man. Because we in bondage right now with our children. Then yeah, that's good. You got Baruch out?
Yeah.
But you had something else? Go ahead.
This Jeremiah 12:1. Righteous art thou, O Lord, when I plead with thee. Yet let me talk with thee of thy judgments. Wherefore do the way of the wicked prosper?
Come, and the way of the wicked prospering right now, man. But we understand through the scriptures, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. You know? Go ahead.
Wherefore are all they happy that deal very treacherously. Thou hast planted them, yea, they have taken root, they grow.
Come, the Lord planted them, man. That's the thing I understand, man. Go ahead.
They grow, yea, they bring forth fruit. Thou art near in their mouth and far from their reins.
Come.
But thou, O Lord, knowest me. Thou hast seen me and tried my heart toward thee. Put them out like sheep for the slaughter.
And this what's finna happen, man, Salakia. This what's finna happen, though, man. Go ahead.
He said, pull them out like Salakia. Pull them out like sheep for the slaughter and prepare them for the day of slaughter.
Come.
How long should the land mourn and the herbs of every field wither?
Right, man, because the land mourning with us. That's what we gonna get in Baruch, man. The people mourning and the land mourning, man. You know, because the land bearing the shame of the heathen right now, man. You know,
it said, for the wickedness of them that dwell therein, the beasts are consumed and the birds, because they said he should not see our last end.
Come.
So then you know that the animals suffer in the land as well.
Come. The animals suffering all across the four corners of the earth, man, because of the inhabitants thereof, man. Who ruling those so-called white man, man?
It's important. Verse 7. I have forsaken my house, I have left my heritage. I have given the dearly beloved of my soul into the hand of her enemies.
Come. Go ahead, huh?
This Psalm 50, 16, 17. But unto the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or they should take my covenant in their mouth.
Unto the wicked, man. You know, you so-called white people, where have you to declare the Lord's statutes, man? You know, because you claim to be the people, man. Over there in Israel, man. You know, you claim to have your Torah, man. You know, you claiming others, but you the throne of wicked. What have you to declare the Lord's statutes, man? Even in America, man. Y'all say God bless America. This country was built on basically you say it was built on scriptures, basically, man. Right. Go ahead, bro.
Seeing thy hate instructions.
Seeing thy hate instructions, though, your actions so you hate instructions, man. That come from this Bible, man. Go ahead.
And cast my word behind thee.
Come. And that's what y'all do, man. You know. Go ahead, bro.
This is Isaiah 47:6.
Come.
I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand.
Right, man. And that goes into, because going back to that scripture you read, it said the Lord said he planted them, he planted y'all, man. You know? See, this is what y'all ain't understand, man. This goes to all you other nations, but right here, it's actually going to the virgin daughter of Babylon, man. You so-called crackers, man. Go ahead, bro.
Thou didst show them no mercy.
Come.
Upon the ancient had thou verily heavenly laid thy yoke.
Come on, go ahead. Upon the ancient, you have heavily laid your yoke, man. It started in the womb, man. But from then on, Esau was after kill us, man. You know, along with the other nations, man. Going to Psalms 83rd chapter, man. Esau, he just was the top arch enemy, but all the other nations, y'all was all in it together, man. You know, and it proved that during the slave trade, and even to this day, man. You know. Go ahead, bro. Read verse 7.
And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
Right, man. You ain't lay these things to thy heart. Go ahead.
Neither didst remember the later end of it.
Right, man. It said, neither did thou consider the latter end of it, which this was the time we coming into now. Go ahead, Chicago. Start at verse 6. You had something, bro?
Baruch 4 and 6.
Come.
Baruch 4 and 6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered to the enemies.
Right, man. Go ahead.
For you provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High.
Come, go ahead, bro.
You have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem.
Right. See, we grieve Jerusalem, man. So that's how we end up getting cast out of the land, man. That's what the Lord Yahweh Shai. That's what he basically prophesying, saying we're gonna be led captive into all nations, man. He's like, these be the days of vengeance, man. Why? Because we provoked the Lord to jealousy, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
And ye have grieved Jerusalem and nursed you.
Right.
That nursed you. But for when she saw the wrath of the Most High coming upon you, she said, hearken, O you that dwell about Zion, the Most High brought upon me great mourning.
And this the land actually talking right here, man. You know, because it's bearing the shame of the heathen, man. Go ahead.
For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them.
Going back to Joel, the 3rd chapter, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
With joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning.
Come.
We start out with what's called diaspora or diaspora. Let no man rejoice over me, a widow and forsaken of many.
Right, man. So Jerusalem a widow right now, man. It said, let no man forsaken her. Go ahead. Which this land talking right now. Go ahead, Asala.
And forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate.
Come.
Because they depart from the law of the Most High.
Come.
They knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor tried in the paths of discipline in his righteousness. Let them that dwell about Zion come and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting have brought upon them.
Come. Go ahead, bro.
For we have brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation, and of a strange language, who neither reverence old man nor pity child.
That's you so-called white people, man. You reverence neither old man nor pity young child, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
These have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow, and left her that was alone, desolate, without daughters.
Right, man. In the main, when we finally got pushed from our land completely, with 70, you know, 70, going 73 AD, man. You know, we never went back to that land as a whole, man. From then into now, we've been scattered, man. But everything coming back full circle now, man. Jerusalem is the focal point once again, man. And now, like going back to Joel 3, the Lord finna gather all nations, man, and plead with them there, man, for his people and his heritage Israel, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
Verse 17. What can I help you? For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies.
Right, man. So, like the scripture said, Isaiah, that ain't nobody condemned until they let her in, man. Storm with the so-called white man, man. But now the Lord finna deliver us out of the hands of our enemies. Go ahead, bro.
Go your way, O my children, go your way, for I am left desolate.
Come.
I have put off the clothing of peace and put upon me the sackcloth of my prayer.
Right, man, because it's gonna go down over there in that area, man. That whole area east of Jerusalem is the valley of Jehoshaphat, man. And all nations gathered together right now, man. You know, and like I said, the siege against Jerusalem is against us, because that's our land, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
I will cry to the everlasting my days. Be a good cheer, O my children. Cry unto the Lord, and he will deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies.
137:5 right quick. Let him get this real quick. Come on.
I got you. It's Psalm 137.
Read verse 1, then read 5 and 6.
Psalm 137. By the rivers of Babylon that we sat down, yea, we wept.
Right, man. It's ancient Babylon and it's modern day Babylon, man. You know, go ahead.
When we remember Zion.
Right, man. When we remember Zion, and that's what we doing right now, man. You know, so everything coming back full circle again, because America is the virgin daughter of Babylon, man. You know, but now they elect remembering Zion, man. You know, and we started to weep. We started, that's part of repenting, man. You know, when the Lord, you know, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem and how Shai started with the elders and apostles on down, man. The Lord started to stir by pure minds. And once we remember Zion, man, we started to weep, man. And we by the rivers of Babylon right now, man. We in Babylon. Go ahead. Verse 5 and 6.
Psalm 137:5. If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning.
Right, man. You know. Go ahead.
If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth.
Come on, man. You know, so like the scripture said, it started out with, we remember Zion, man. We remember our homeland now, man. You know, and we not gonna forget her, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy.
Right, man. You know, go back to that. You had something quick out?
Come on, bro.
Go ahead.
Why don't friend read?
You gonna read down on it now. I want to finish that out.
Yeah, I'll bring it up again.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, Baruch 4 and 22. For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you, and joy has come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting, our Savior.
Come on, man. Go ahead.
For I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but the Most High will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever.
Come on.
Like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity.
Right, see, like them now, the neighbors of Zion, they see our captivity, man. They hissing at it, man. You know, they seen when we went, and they seen during the slave trade, they was looking, they were parading it like, yeah. When we fled into Africa, man, and all the different parts of Europe, man, the nations was like, yeah, man. We got them again, man, because it was a constant battle. You know, go ahead.
So shall they see shortly your salvation from my power, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting.
Which now they finna see our salvation, man. And it's that everlasting salvation they finna see, man. We gonna no more be cast out of their land, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High, for thy enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction.
Right, man. We gonna suffer patiently the wrath that came upon us from the Most High, man. You know, go ahead.
And should tread upon his neck.
Right, man. But it's time. Hey, the time of vengeance is coming, man. You know, we gonna tread up on that neck, man. And when you tread up on somebody's neck, man, you ain't nothing they can do, man. If you got your feet on somebody's neck, it's just like you grab somebody by their neck. Wherever you take their neck, their whole body gonna go their way, man. You know? Go ahead, bro. You had something? Go ahead. You had something?
And it says, my delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock.
All right, man. We gone rough ways, man, and have been taken away as a flock. Go ahead.
And were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies.
Come on, go ahead.
Be a good comfort, O my children, and cry to the Most High, for ye shall be remembering him that brought these things upon you.
Right, man. This you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. But right now, it's on to the elect, man. 2/3 of our people don't want to get with this, don't want to hear this, man. Hey, you just gonna have to come back in the kingdom, man. You know, then you gonna be good. Go ahead, bro.
Whereas it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
Come on, go ahead.
For he that have brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation.
Right, see, so this ain't our end, man. We weren't sold to the nations for our destruction, man. We moved our Heavenly Father to anger, so he had to punish us, man. Go ahead. But this is what this Jerusalem is, a burdensome stone for all nations, man. It always have been, man. But now we coming to the whole fruition of this thing. We finna be delivered, man. We're gonna be taken back. Find that in Ezekiel 36 for me too, when it say, you're at hand to come home. Go ahead, because Ezekiel 36 links right up with this Baruch, the 4th chapter, man. You know, so can't nobody say the Apocrypha not a part of the Bible, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
So take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee.
He that gave thee that name will comfort us, man. He gonna comfort the people and the land, man. You know, go ahead.
Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall.
Hey, all you nations finna be miserable for what you did to us, man. You know, go ahead.
Miserable are the cities which thy children serve.
Come.
Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation.
Right, man. AKA America the Great, Babylon the Great, man. You know, miserable are the cities, man, with an S. Go ahead. All 52, 53 states, however many cities in America, man, gonna be turned into a desert, man. You know, go ahead.
For I will take away rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride should be turned into mourning.
Right, man. Go ahead.
For fire should come upon her from the everlasting.
Fire should come upon her from the everlasting, man. Via thermal nuclear missiles, man. Go ahead.
And chariots.
And the chariots, come.
Long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
Right. Which this goes into, which that's the prophecy of Babylon the Great. She should become a habitation of devils, man. You know? Go ahead, bro. I'm get this.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 14. It said, the captive exile hasten that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit.
Lord, Shalak, read that again, bro.
This is Isaiah 51 and 14. It said, the captive exile hastening that he may be loose.
Who's the captive? The captive are the Israelites, beginning with the elect. All right, because only the elect understands that we are actually in slavery, man. We're spiritually confined to the system.
And that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread shall fail.
And we don't want to die in the pit, man. We don't want to die in this system, man. And that's why we are clinging to Yahweh Hashem Shah 10 times more, man, by magnifying our office. All right, we doing the videos, man. Basically, Yahweh Hashem Shah has gave us our daily bread, and he gave us this spiritual bread, which is the Holy Spirit, man. So we have to do our part, man. You know, because hey, this thing is not basically you're not doing this thing in vain, man. You want to add something, bro?
No.
Oh, okay.
We jump up to verse 11. Isaiah 51 and 11. It said, therefore, the redeemed of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, shall return and come with singing unto Zion.
Right.
And everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away.
Right, man. Sorrow and mourning gonna flee away, man. The Lord said, for all the confusion they put us through, we're gonna get double the glory for that, man. You know, we're gonna receive double for all the bullshit we've been taking through, man. It started with the elect first, but eventually it's gonna trickle down to the whole nation, man. Because 2/3 gonna come back in the kingdom through the loins of the elect. Your phone good up? You need to hit or still recording like that?
Yeah, got 10%.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Ezekiel 36:5.
Come.
Therefore, thus said the Most High Power, surely in the fire of my jealousy, I have spoken against the residue of the heathen.
All right, so we're going to get this scripture again, man. Go ahead.
And against all Adumium.
Against all Adumium, man, because in the end, all you so-called white people, man, you know, you're not going to be seen no more after you serve your 1,000-year slavery, man. Go ahead.
Which had appointed my land into the possession.
Come.
And with the joy of all the hearts, with the despiteful mind.
Which going back to that Balfour Declaration, that's what that was all about, man. You know, right before World War I ended, they you know, those which Arthur Balfour with their letter to Lord Baron Rothschild, man. They call him Walter too. But he read that letter, which there was a plan they had orchestrated to get this land back, trying to create their own, basically their own kingdom on earth, man. Which they ain't get it established until after World War II, you know, in 1948. But they had basically wrote it up on paper in like November, I think November the 9th, November the 2nd, 1917, which is their 100-year anniversary, man. So that's why all of a sudden Trump bringing this out, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
To cast it out for prey.
Come.
6.
Yeah, keep on.
Prophesied therefore concerning the land of Israel, and saying to the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, that said the Most High Power, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because you have borne the shame of the heathen.
Right, so the land born the shame of the heathen right now, man. Going back into Baruch, man. That's what Baruch was talking about, man. That's what Baruch was prophesying about, man. You know, just like the brother said, man, having gay parades in the land, man. You know, kosher pig, man. You know, the land is really bearing the shame of the heathens right now, man.
Yeah, they gotta import trees and food and shit to our land, man. It was also known as the Fertile Crescent, man.
Come on. Go ahead, bro.
7. Therefore, that said the Most High Power, I lift up my hand, surely the heathen that are round about you, they shall be buried their shame.
Come on, go ahead.
But ye, O man of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches.
Right, so the land gonna be back prosperous, man. You know, after you get hit with that thermonuclear destruction, man, you know, you gonna see the New Jerusalem come, ascending from the heavens on those chariots, man, coming back to get everything back in order, man. You know, first gonna have all your other nations to clean up all those dead bodies, man. That's gonna be over there. Then y'all gonna start y'all building of our kingdom, man. Like y'all wanted to do in Israel, y'all wanna have a part in building up the kingdom. You gonna get your chance, man. You know. Go ahead.
Yeah, your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come.
For they are at hand to come, man. You know, going back to that scripture in Baruch. Go ahead, bro.
Right, this is Zechariah 14:12, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh by Shem El-Shah will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
Come. This is the plague that's gonna come upon all the people that has fought against Jerusalem, man. You know, go ahead.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Come.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
Come. Which you know there's a thermonuclear destruction caused this, man. When that thermonuclear wind come through, that thermonuclear wind, that's what they do, man. Just consume your flesh while just go through that, just like it melts you, man. It consume your eyes and your sockets, man. Go ahead.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Keep going, bro.
And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord Yahweh shall be among them.
Come.
And they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and in his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor.
Keep going, because this is what all this leading to. Go ahead.
And Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem.
And guess what? Judah is gonna actually fight at Jerusalem, man. You know, you got a lot of Judites in the American army, man. And it's one thing you gotta remember vividly, man. When America went over there, helped Israel put up that missile defense system called the Iron Dome on the front of the newspaper, you had straight Judah on the front, and you one of the main guys over there, man. So because you know America gonna help Israel doing that fight, man. So Judah is gonna actually fight at Jerusalem, man. Go ahead, bro.
And the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance.
And this after this third world war, man. The wealth of all the heathen gonna be gathered about, man. You know, gold, the silver, all that great apparel. China got the silk. You know what I'm saying? All different. You got the Egypt. What you got? The Egyptian cotton. All the different type of apparels. All that's gonna be gathered together in great abundance, man. Which letting you know it's gonna be a physical kingdom, man. Go ahead, bro.
And so shall be the plague of the horse, of the mule, of the camel, and of the ass, and of all the beasts that shall be in these tents as is plague.
Come on, keep going.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations.
See, everyone that is left of all the nations, this y'all port right here, man. You know, go ahead.
Which shall come against Jerusalem.
Right, because Salaki, bro, because all those different heathen nations, man, they came against. Some of y'all gonna be left, man. America's gonna be the only place that's destroyed with thermonuclear destruction, man. If you in America, you're not part of the elect, you through, man. You gonna, like I said, your flesh gonna melt on your skin, your eyes gonna right out in your sockets. Thermonuclear destruction for you, man. Go ahead, bro.
All right.
But this what all you other nations that's left, that say that don't get destroyed in this third world war. This is your portion right here. Go ahead.
Left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King.
You gonna go up from year to year to worship the King, man. You know, start where you have Shaq, King David, you know, the 12 apostles on down, man. 100, you know, the 144,000. You know, go ahead, bro.
Right. The Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
Because why I say that, the scripture say we join heirs with your house. Shall I tell you in Isaiah, all nations gonna come down bow to us, calling us the city of the Most High, the one who He have chosen, man. Go ahead.
And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King